insane ending to sports ball game. Wait, doesn't the NBA like mega f you? One of the Trump bill affects the Supreme Court. They're basically trying to get rid of TROs or preliminary injunctions against the government because they're mad that they're losing in court so much.
Once I was building houses for the orphans in Africa, as I am wont to do.
30,000 views.
Suddenly kidnapped, locked into a cell, and forced to watch all those awful straight-to-video American Pie.
30,000 views, bad sound mixing, voices too quiet. Hell yeah, sign me the fuck up.
Spin-offs. Because that's the only way I would ever watch those movies, of course. Hey, Bandcamp ain't bad. And whilst experiencing American Pie Presents The Naked Mile, I was encountered by this unforgettable movie moment.
Some girls like blondes, some like muscles. I like virgins.
I would just laugh it off if it wasn't so endemic.
Wow.
You have your wife for the rest
Jesus.
of tonight. You can have me.
Hollywood is really selling the message that Alexandra Daddarios feel attracted to socially awkward Owen Wilsons.
If you thought that I was kind of coming on to you, it's probably because I kind of was.
What you trying to...
Take the films of Judd Apatow and his alumni.
Judd Apatow has completely ruined manhood.
True.
What is Judd Apatow? Should I know that person?
Absolutely true. Judd Apatow's films, as funny as they may be, are about dumb, immature losers without any ambition, talent, or redeeming qualities besides the ultimate loser feature, being nice.
Seth Rogen movies, comedy movies. He's a writer-director.
You lose weight, and you put back on weight, and then you call them a bunch of times, and you try and email, and then they move, or they change their email.
Oh, that's Judd Apatow. This guy? Or no?
But that's just love.
Is he the guy, the Ant-Man? No, he's not. Wait, what's the name of the Ant-Man guy? That's a root? Oh, Paul Rudd. Oh shit, you're right. Just kidding, my bad. Rudd, Judd. It's like the same thing.
They never learn anything, they never improve, and somehow they always end up with a beautiful woman.
In an Apatow world, you could be my girl.
I miss old college humor. Anyway, you'd expect the 40-year-old virgin to be the story of a weakling evolving into a real man. But no, he just gets pushed around the whole film through until his problem is magically solved and he marries the love of his life.
What's the quintessential teen movie of the 2000s? The real question is, what should the second one be? Because the answer is just obviously super bad, and there's nothing is even remotely close to it. So the interesting conversation, what would be rank 2? Okay.
You gave her the look, right? Head down, eyes looking up, hands in pockets, shoulders up, head slightly tilted, conventional vulnerability.
I love that look. I think I slept with you because of that look.
I would just love to sleep with someone out of pity. Said no woman ever.
Please sleep with me. Please. Pretty please. I'm so lonely. I haven't slept with anyone in a very long time, and you are so good looking. Please do me the favor of having sex with me.
Okay, stay 3 steps behind and promise you won't tell anybody.
Yes, I am well
I mean, if you have the cowboy hat on, maybe.
aware that these are all comedies.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
I'm Victoria. Hi.
But there is no way watching scene after scene of this insane wishful thinking doesn't have a detrimental effect on boys' perception of relationships.
I was just at the bank, and there was this really hot teller, and she didn't ask me to go do it with her in the vault.
And what are the women even gaining from these quote-unquote men? Are they just angels dropped from heaven to bump uglies with losers? What are those insecure wimps offering?
Wait a minute. Wait, that's it! I know now what I can offer you that no one else can! Complete and utter dependence!
Homer, that's not a good thing.
You are wrong, John Lennon. Love is not all you need. I mean, you could have done with at least a bulletproof vest. What, too soon? Girls are being taught they should settle with a low-level mate.
Wait, what's that song from?
With at least a bulletproof vest.
Somebody say where we know that from. POU? Oh, it's the semen fucking commercial. You're right. Holy shit.
What, too soon? Girls are being taught they should settle with a low...
The cum maxing drug.
...level male just because he loves her.
I have loved you, Beth Cooper, ever since I...
...level with at least a bulletproof vest. What, too soon? Girls are being taught they should settle with a low-level male just because he loves her.
I have loved you, Beth Cooper, ever since I first...
Okay, there might be like a message. I actually kind of sort of agree with kind of the message, but this guy just sounds like he is a super mega incel. He sounds like he fucking hates women. Am I missing something? Jesus, holy Christ. Like that, I feel like this movie is raunchy and as crazy as it is. I feel like this movie kind of had sort of a good message, no? Like, the only reason she finally kind of likes him in the end is because he realizes that he's like being a fucking piece of shit, like jerk off asshole. And then he kind of like fesses up to it and he learns his lesson about that, right? That's kind of the whole point. That's like the character development. I do agree that on some of these, I actually complained about this the other day watching Mallrats. And I'm like, these guys are horrible, or at least the second character is. What the fuck?
Sat behind you in Ms. Rose's math class in the 7th grade.
In Can Hardly Wait, the prom queen falls in love with a random guy she never met because of a love letter he wrote her. And the screenwriters didn't even bother.
You should debate this guy. Well, I'm not familiar with all of these movies, so I can't speak to all of them. Some movies are dumb, but some are like fantasies for men too, right? And then some are fantasies for women. So yeah, I don't know. It just depends on. It was your exact critique yesterday, and I'm getting the idea that he's actually dogging this movie is creating a culture of men who think they're goofy and weird, and that'll get the model woman. Well, I feel like he's mixing up a lot of tropes in this because there's like a lot of different types of. There's a lot of different types of like weird guys that movies do that are just like stupid. One of my favorite tropes is the like the nerdy person who is like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 conventionally attractive person, but they have like glasses. I don't know if this was supposed to be like a joke for the movie, but they kind of do this a little bit with like no, it's not Chris Evans. It's the guy who plays oh my god, the Thor actor. Is it Chris Hemsworth? He's like a nerdy guy, and they're like, oh, he's so hot, but he's like, this is a super attractive guy. There's a show, they do this with girls sometimes too, where they'll just put like glasses on a girl. They do it in porn a lot. You'll have like a 9 out of 10 chick, and they put glasses on her to like, nerdy girlfriend. It's like, okay.
To write what was in that letter. What could it even say?
Dear Trixie, we have your parents. If you ever want to see them again... You're writing a threatening love note. That's how I met your mom. If you ever want to see your parents again.
Take the Judd Apatow produced The 5-Year Engagement, where loser playing specialist Jason Segel dates Emily goddamn Blunt after she met him dressed like this.
Oh, God.
He has a great job, but gets talked into leaving it and moving to another town where he can sulk around in how much of a loser he is.
Are you gonna get dressed today?
I think today's more of a bunny day.
He does everything she asks without ever telling her what he wants.
They might be extending my postdoc.
Sounds like we're staying.
And the movie seems to think this is a typical relationship because the selfish leader and the malleable tool
Maybe it's okay for me to be selfish.
live happily ever after, and they have...
How do you get incel? I get the opposite. He's agreeing with you, but shitting on male fantasies in these movies. The impression is not... I don't get the impression that he's shitting on male fantasies. I don't know why. I'm getting the impression that he's shitting on... It sounds like he's trying to say that... I don't know why. I'm just getting the impression he's saying like women are shallow and horrible creatures, so if you're a nerd, you can never get any... And like that's the angle it feels like. I don't know why. That's the angle I'm getting. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Let's...
Seagull's character...
But also, I don't know any of these movies, so I can't like critique his...
say,
I'm a man.
I beg to differ, you testosterone-drained baboon. A man is emotionally mature, motivated, and confident.
Must you flirt?
Well, I don't have to, but I find it natural.
In the good old days, movies taught us that.
Would you call your approach toward me typical of the local morale?
Mademoiselle, it is that approach which has made Paris what it is.
You're very sure of yourself, aren't you?
Well, nothing's happened
I think
recently.
because of the mic.
Shake myself, confidence.
But as movies detoured more and more to be aimed at teenagers instead of adults, sensible messages were abandoned and screenwriters moved into fantasy territory. Take the Grant we had in the golden age, Cary Grant. He did play his share of comical losers, but those were the exception.
Now, my future wife has always regarded me as a man of some dignity.
His screen persona was that of a sophisticated, assured, ladies' man, man's man, and man about town.
I've got a job, a secretary, a mother, 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders dependent upon me.
It made sense when he got the leading lady, because they were a match.
You're afraid you'll fall in love with me?
That wouldn't be hard.
They were both witty, driven, and charming.
No.
Do you agree that movies like this give men unrealistic expectations? Yeah, but I feel like a lot of like romance movies are like this. Because usually, like, the women suck too. I feel like in most romantic kinds of movies, I feel like everybody just sucks. Like they're all horrible fucking people. I remember thinking it was like comical. Fuck. Was this the movie? You get like these guys. Like this guy's like, I'm not dogging on him. Okay, but I think he's like a loser, wannabe musician, never makes it or whatever. But he's also like indecisive with his life and his relationships, and he just has these like movies where you just get like, oh, he just happens to have like a beautiful, amazing girl who's obsessed with him and supports him and does everything, and he's just like doesn't want to commit or do anything. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there are romance movies with women where the women are also like they're just shitty, horrible people. I don't know. I feel like romance movies have horrible people. I don't know. Men's romance makes them think it's okay to be a loser. Women's romance is like about cheating. Is it? I feel like all romance movies are just... I feel like... Am I misremembering? I feel like this was a good movie, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. What's the consensus? Or is this a dog shit movie? The Love Actually movie? I feel like this is a good movie. He's saying that characters don't change and they just get the girl in the end. Yeah, I mean, like, that's bad if that's true. But he gave Superbad as an example, which I think is a bad example of that. So I don't know if I trust the rest of his examples, but I'm just not sure. I don't know.
See you sometime.
But then also as counterexamples here, it feels like he's not giving men that are growing. It sounds like he's like giving examples of men who are just like badasses all the time. Hold on.
Take the Grant we had in the golden age, Cary Grant. He did play his share of comical losers, but those were the exception.
Now, my future wife has always regarded me as a man of some dignity.
His screen persona was that of a sophisticated, assured, ladies' man, man's man, and man about town.
I've got a job, a secretary, a mother, 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders depended upon me.
It made sense when he got the leading lady, because they were a match.
Like, you're not supposed to get the... In an ideal movie, I guess it depends on what you're writing for, but in an ideal movie, you're not getting the girl because you're like the boss, right? You're a badass. There's supposed to be some character development or growth, and that's why you earn, and then because women are prizes. Hell yeah.
Pray you fall in that position.
That wouldn't be hard.
They were both witty, driven, and charming.
Never mind. I think I was correct in my insult take, because he's not giving the example of like, oh, men need to be shown that growth is good and women appreciate growth and blah blah blah. He's giving the take that like you have to be an alpha giga chad because alpha giga chads are what women want. I think my original read on this was right. Fuck you.
See you sometime.
Now take the Grant we had recently, Hugh Grant, a bumbling imbecile.
Hi, how are you?
His screen persona is insecure, aimless, and annoying.
So, John, how's that gorgeous girlfriend of yours?
She's no longer my girlfriend.
Ah, yeah. Still, I wouldn't get too gloomy about it. Rumor has it she never stopped donking old Toby DeLarlis in case you didn't work out.
She is now my wife.
But good enough to seduce the most popular actress in the world, it seems. Women just find this awkward cradling milk.
Have you seen 500 Days of Summer? Okay, 500 Days of Summer is probably a good movie, all right? But I unfortunately am too deep down the well of being a man that I hate that movie and I hate that woman, okay? But it's a good movie, okay? But fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch, okay? But it's probably the guy's fault. But she should have just never been involved, okay? Fuck her. Okay, but it's probably a good movie.
But good enough to seduce the most popular actress in the world, it seems. Women just find this awkward cradling milksop irresistible. Not at all. To be fair, he is an excellent and charismatic actor, but typecasting is a bitch. Though I don't think it keeps him up at night. Look at how things used to be when movies made sense. There's this terrible 1960 film starring Mexican comedian Cantinflas called Pepe.
Pepe, that's me.
What about La La Land? Listen, I don't like romantic movies or romantic themed movies where it doesn't work out in the end. That's sad, okay? So, no, all right? It's a cute movie, but...
actor, but typecasting is a bitch. Though I don't think it keeps him up at night. Look at how things used to be when movies made sense. There's this terrible 1960 film starring Mexican comedian Cantinflas called Pepe.
Pepe, that's me.
He's an infantile idiot who goes to Hollywood to recover his horse that was bought by a big-name director called Holt.
I've never been happier.
Pepe falls in love with Shirley Jones, because who wouldn't? And everybody in the film knows there is just no way on this earth that Shirley goddamn Jones would ever want this between her legs.
Who has a face as funny as Pepe?
And they try to tell him, as you would tell a child, there is no Santa Claus.
But it takes a very special kind of love to make a marriage. That is the kind I have for Susie.
I see.
Well, I don't think that Susie has that kind of love for you. You don't? No, Pepe.
There are many different ways of love, you see.
Yes.
There is the love of a friend.
Do you like Moonlight? No, I like the daytime sunlight.
For a friend.
There's love between
Have you seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? Yes. That's a very, very, very good movie.
man and a woman, love between a mother and a son.
2 women. Let's not forget my favorite.
Of course, Shirley Jones falls for the director, and Pepe is contented to just have his horse back.
The story have a happy ending. Mr. Robinson get picture. Susie get Mr. Hall. And I get my son.
Horrible picture, but with a pretty realistic ending. The actual man gets the woman, and the loser gets the horse. Horse. He gets the horse.
It's true. I f***ed a pony. You are a genius. How did you know?
Can't believe I found a way to use this clip. Besides schmucks nailing models, there is another terrible lesson current movies shove on you. A man should do absolutely everything in his power to keep a woman, no matter how much it hurts his career and his dignity. I believe this bad message began with the 1960 masterpiece The Apartment by the great Billy Wilder. Narrative-wise, dialogue-wise, visual...
Guess YMS's rating of Sinners? Was he based? Because if you were based and you went in for Sinners, I'm going to say 6.7. No, 7.4. What did he give it? He gave it a 6. Ooh. A24 movies are amazing. If you're not on the bandwagon yet, jump on. I feel like A24 has been a little slower recently. I feel like there was like this 5-year period where like fucking, when was it? It was like Hereditary, Midsummer. There were like 4 or 5 like huge A24 movies. Boom, 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 boom. Not that they're putting out bad movies now. Uncut Gems. That was a little, yeah. Not that they're putting out bad movies or anything, but.
Visuals-wise, acting-wise, it is completely perfect.
The Witch, yeah.
Premium-wise and billing-wise, we are 18% ahead of last year, October-wise.
Its poster even gave me the idea for this channel's name, but manly-wise, it is a joke. It's about a stupid pushover called C.C. Baxter who works for a big company. His superiors use his spacious Upper West Side apartment a random cog in a wheel could afford in 1960 to bang their mistresses and give him raises as thanks. Baxter has a crush on elevator operator Kubelik.
Maybe we could have lunch in the cafeteria sometime. Or some evening after work.
27.
You had your appendix out.
Don't mention the appendix to the fellas in the office, okay? I wouldn't want them to get the wrong idea about how you found out.
Friend zone. She doesn't want anyone to ponder the possibility that she would ever allow him to see her belly. Clark Gable would say, "You should be so lucky, doll," and make a move on another woman, and one should always do what Clark Gable would do. Moving on, Baxter finds out Kubelik is the mistress of his boss, Sheldrake. She tries to kill herself in Baxter's apartment, and he nurses her back to health himself, because Sheldrake has a wife and kids to worry about. Look at what she says when Baxter mentions having a scar.
No, thank you. The fellas in the office might get the wrong idea how I found out.
Saving her life and still friend zone. Baxter takes all the blame for everything Kubelik did, so her brother-in-law punches him. She gives him less attention than she would to a puppy, and he loves it.
Oh, you fool. Damn fool. Goodbye, Mr. Baxter.
Sheldrake wants to use...
This is cringe. This is incel slop. That's what this is, okay?
Use the apartment again to bang Kubelik. Baxter finally mans up, tells him to shove that job, quits, and moves out of the apartment. So this is the story of a doormat who learns how to act like a man, right? Nope. Kubelik hears about it and goes back to him. So this woman who was having an affair with a married bastard, this woman who tried to off herself in Baxter's home, was a burden to him for days, took zero responsibility for her actions and got him beaten up, now decides she wants him. Does he read his mandatory for all true men poster that states, "What would Clark Gable do?" and tell her he doesn't give a damn?
I love you, Miss Kubelik. Did you hear what I said, Miss Kubelik? I absolutely adore you.
What's your favorite romance? It's Harry Potter before they decide to marry Hermione off to fucking Ron for no reason, okay?
Shut up and deal.
Shut up and deal. I know it's supposed to be cute, but he gets no affection from her in the entire runtime besides this condescending kiss. This film was a major hit money-wise, critics-wise, and Oscar-wise, but it just might be the film whose influence has deteriorated the most Hollywood's representation of men and relationships. The following line is supposed to be heartbreaking.
Why can't I ever fall in love with somebody nice like you?
But it is obvious, because he is not a man. Remember Crazy Stupid Love? Julianne Moore admits she cheated on Steve Carell with Kevin Bacon. I mean, David Lindhagen.
David Lindhagen cuckolded me. He made a cuckold out of me.
So Carell gets a complete makeover from uber-awesome Ryan Gosling. You think Carell's character is gonna learn to be a real man, but no, he just rejects his new...
Okay, hold on. Quick question. Does, wait, let me make sure I'm not crazy. Hold on. Big Short, actors. Yes, it is Ryan Gosling, right? Does Ryan Gosling... I feel like his performance of The Big Short is like kind of exceptional compared to... Like, he usually feels like he's slightly... what, not subdued guys, but like quieter kind of. The character that he plays in The Big Short, I think is kind of, it feels like it's out of the norm for him. He does it very, very, very well. I feel like all the performances in The Big Short were done really well. What else has that director made? It's even like a preachy movie, and I don't like the fucking preachy bullshit. I just think this is an amazing movie. What else did he do? Please don't say that one horrible slot movie. Oh, not the horrible slot movie. About Facebook or whatever. He did Vice. Oh, I think I watched Vice. Don't Look Up. Oh, I didn't watch Don't Look Up. Vice was okay. Oh no. He did Vice. Yeah, Vice was okay. A film being preachy doesn't necessarily make it bad. The Big Short is a really, really good movie. I don't care if it's preachy. Did you watch Nice Guys? I feel like I did. Why do I feel like I remember that? The name of that movie. Oh, The Nice Guys. Oh no, maybe I didn't. I don't remember it.
Lifestyle.
When we were first married, you were the only woman that I had ever slept with. And now I have had sex with 9 different women. God! 9? That... 9?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
We were on a break!
Actually, it was more than a break. They had broken up and were getting a divorce because she cheated on him. Anyway, with one of those movie public gestures, Carell goes crawling back to his wife. And in the kindness of her cheating heart, she takes him back.
Oh, God.
Man, she cheated on you with David Lindhagen and you unlearned everything you spent the bulk of the movie learning. Have some self-respect and move on. Marissa Tomei is there. Oh, right, she's into guys like George Constanza.
How is it that a man like you, so bald and so quirky and funny, how is it you're not taken?
Here's another example from the hilarious underrated comedy Crash Pad. Loser Stensland falls for Christina Applegate after a weekend of humping, but she only did it to get back at her husband who cheated on her. No, he was just acting a little distant recently.
What was my next move supposed to be, Grady? I told you that we were losing touch, that I needed more from you, and you ignored me.
So the cuckold who is awesome decides to live a bachelor life with Stensland and cheat back, which he doesn't. After many funny hijinks, the film up and decides he should go back to his wife and mother and apologize for being neglectful with their marriage.
I owe you an apology, and I get that now.
Grady, what do you get?
That I'm the one that screwed up our marriage. I neglected you.
Motherfucker.
Okay,
folks, let me tell you about my good friend Todd Nettleton from The Voice of the Martyrs. For over 2 decades, Todd has risked his life to bring attention to the persecution of Christians around the world. Now he's written a powerful book called Faith is Forbidden, detailing his travels and experiences. As a special gift to my listeners, you can get a free copy of this incredible book by simply clicking the link in the description below or call 844-464-3043.
Wait, Hassan slap.
The last time he came to Abby, I invited him out for my birthday. Okay. He stayed for 2 minutes and 30 seconds and left.
Russia had invaded Ukraine.
Oh, bro.
I remember vividly because I was there. I was there, and they
this
had a
man
flyer.
acts like he's the president of the United States. Like he had to go.
But I had
Marvelous. Thank you. A very, very short question. Israel versus Hamas. Good guy versus bad guy. Russia versus Ukraine. Who's the good guy and who's the bad guy?
Both are bad, one is worse.
Which way round?
Russia is worse than Ukraine.
Okay, so why haven't we pursued that?
What do you mean?
Well, it seems to me that in the whole of the current US proposition, that Ukraine is being the bad guy.
In what way? We funded Ukraine upwards to $200 billion.
Absolutely. But
we just signed a mineral deal with Ukraine, not Russia.
Yeah, but you are expecting Ukraine to give up 20% of its territory to someone who invaded it.
Well, is Crimea part of Russia or Ukraine?
Ukraine.
That's where we don't agree.
Well, I'm afraid that's part of international treaty. That's not up for grabs.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, that's the point.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I feel like you can rank people like for who would go to like the concentration camp, who would go to the death camps, who I would just like pogrom based on like the Ukraine, Russia, and the Israel, Palestine takes. I feel like the pro-Israeli, anti-Ukrainian people, I think are on the worst. I think are like the highest tier of people that I hate. I think after that is probably pro-Russia, pro-Palestine. And then after that would be... No, I think those are the two worst. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Even Zelensky has said he's willing to give up Ukraine.
No. America signed the agreement that gave Ukraine Crimea.
Right.
When the Soviet Union ended.
Right. It was done. And first of all, it never should have been done. It was largely ceremonial.
Listen to that pivot. I can't. I hate these. I hate politics. It's all so boring. Like one thing, I'm trying to think of like what mode is your mind in when you're getting these questions? And the mode, it must just be like political optimization. Like what can I say to make my side sound the best? Like there's never an engagement with the question. There's another layer of filtering. So a guy says, do you think that Crimea belongs to Ukraine? And the parsing of the question is not, did Crimea ever belong to Ukraine? The parsing of the question is, well, no, I guess you must answer that first. And the answer to that is probably yes. But you're not concerned with that. I'm trying to think, do you process the actual answer first and then try to morph it into a politically correct answer? Or is the politically correct answer the one that your mind goes to first because you're doing a different type of processing, right? Like Crimea very clearly and obviously belonged to Ukraine. There's no intelligent person, no sane person debates this. This is an undebated, this is the most boring, undebated topic in the world. It's like asking like if you're walking north and you turn left, or you're going west. It's just like nobody's debating this. But it's like, okay, well, I'm pro-Trump and Trump is like vaguely pro-Russia right now, so I have to say that Crimea probably always belonged to Russia, so that Russia's not quite as bad as they actually are. Okay, so did Crimea belong to Ukraine? No, we disagree. Like it's like there's some other level of processing. It's just so cringe and boring. It should just be like a duel or something at this point. Like if you're just gonna be this fucking stupid.
But however, it was annexed under Obama. Yes, and it was a mistake, and it should be given back to Russia as a sign of good gesture to end this conflict. Obama, right? It was done. And gave Ukraine.
Oh, I say this because he says it was a mistake. By the way, when he says it's a mistake, then it sounds like you're making the concession that it was Ukraine's, right? Like, was it Ukraine's or Russia's? It was Russia's. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Ukraine had it. Well, that was a mistake. Okay, so then it was Ukraine's, or was it a mistake that it was Russia and it should have been Ukraine? Like, what do you mean there?
Crimea, right? When the Soviet Union ended, right? It was done. And first of all, it never should have been done. It was largely ceremonial. But however, it was annexed.
When you say largely ceremonial, so it wasn't completely ceremonial, it sounds like it was a thing. Also, what the fuck does it mean to ceremonially give land and create a government and what?
Under Obama, yes, and it was a mistake, and it should be given back to Russia as a sign of good gesture.
What do you mean it was annexed under Obama? I don't even know what that reference is to.
End of this conflict. Who's currently controlling Crimea? Where was the Russian Navy headquartered in World War II? Where was the end of...
In World War II? Which country are you talking about in World War II? And do they still exist today? What does that have to do with anything? Like, I'm sorry, in World War II, that's such an easy return question. Oh, shit, in World War II. Well, in World War II, what was Israel doing? Oh, they didn't exist. So should they not today? Like, what a weird...
World War II, son. This is very...
It's not weird. It's just political calculations. It's so cringe.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying that if we're being logical on what has happened, that you are now arguing against that flow. And I don't understand it. Because actually, why is Ukraine the bad guy?
No, I said they're bad. They're not the bad guy.
Yeah, well, you said they were both bad, but one's more bad.
Correct, yes.
So why is Ukraine bad?
Well, there's a lot wrong with Ukraine. First of all, they're not a democracy. Zelensky refused to hold an election.
Well, no, he can't hold an election.
Oh, wait, did Churchill hold an election during the war?
Because under his...
These aren't real questions. This is not a real question. Like, they don't hold elections? Like, these are deeply unserious people, but they're propagandists. It's not that they're unserious, they're propagandists. I just wish they wouldn't masquerade, I guess, as like political people. Like, I wish it was more acceptable to just be like a partisan activist or something. And like, because I truly don't believe there's anything wrong with being a partisan activist. Like, you should, like, every side needs these people. That's fine. I just wish they would masquerade as historians or intellectuals or debaters or whatever else. Just like go do that job. And then you could like hold events for like who gives like the best like political argument for something, but like get rid of like, don't pretend that you're in the realm of like fact or pretend that you're in the realm of some kind of objective analysis. Like it's so cringe.
Hold on, Lincoln held election during the war. That's not true. You can call an election. You can call a snap election. He's full dictator of the country.
No.
Because he knows that the people of Ukraine would kick him out immediately because he's deeply unpopular. In fact, if he wanted to show a statement to the world, he would call an election and win by 80% and say, see, I'm super popular. So that's number one. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with a person being propped up as a government we're sending $200 billion to that refuses even to face his voters.
Okay, I can't agree with you factually on that at all. Constitution.
It's not even factually. I mean, he's right. He shouldn't agree with him factually because factually he's wrong on like 6 different levels. But regardless, that's not even relevant to the question. What is even the point of bringing this up? Even if you did concede all of this, which you wouldn't, and I wouldn't even say that, even if I conceded that, because I wouldn't bother conceding that, because there's nothing to concede here at all. His position is egregiously and offensively incorrect on multiple levels. Not the least of which they don't have to hold an election right now. But it's so not relevant to anything.
Ukraine is not able to hold an election because it's under military law at the moment, and that's just a matter of fact.
Again, he can,
like,
as a...
You should... This is... And I've thought about this. I have thought about this, and I try to do this. You just need to develop a set, I think, of pointed questions. That is what you should do. Like, oh, okay, so they should hold an election in Ukraine. Charlie, how are they going to hold the election in, like, Donetsk and Luhansk, or in Crimea? Or should they not hold the election there? How are they going to hold the election? Remember how much you guys hated mail-in voting? What are they going to do about all the soldiers that are currently deployed? You know, what about any of the other areas under Russian control? What about for people that have fled the country right now because it's a time of war? Do their votes not count? Do we do international mail-in votes? Like even even logistically, this is like, it's nonsense. This is a nonsense. You should ask for the answer to that. Answer that question. How would they even conduct a fucking election right now?
Prime Minister or President, he can do whatever he wants. He can't. Okay, he can't sign an executive order and change their constitution. Okay. Neither can the American president either, so hopefully this
He could even do a ceremonial election to see where he actually stands with.
Like, listen to how fucking retarded this guy. Look at how fucking stupid small face sounds here. Why not just have a ceremonial election? Bro, like, he can go on Twitter and do a fucking poll if he wants. What do you mean?
I think we call those opinion polls.
Yes, and they're very negative.
Firm your head in the
Again, but you would agree that a person that holds on to power without the election of the sovereign is pretty questionable.
No, not in those circumstances.
Okay, then we disagree.
No, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But give me another reason why you.
They are the most corrupt country in Europe that never even met the most remote standards of joining NATO.
No one's even talking about joining NATO right now. That has nothing to do with anything. Like these are just so many pivots and not like totally irrelevant things.
Where a lot of this money is going.
I don't disagree that there is a problem with corruption, but the most corrupt country in Europe. Are you sure about that?
I'd have to double or triple think about that, but they're very corrupt.
Okay, so that's a little bit doubtful. It's not absolutely.
I do agree. He does need to double think about that. Good expression. Let me do some double think real quick.
Well, there's plenty of corruption. I mean, let's face it. We are talking about comparison with some of the states you're doing business with in Gulf.
Of course, but we're not giving them money. They're giving us money. That's the difference, right? Saudi Arabia.
So it's fine.
Well, hold on a second.
Wait, what? It's not good if we give them money, but if they give us money and they're corrupt, that's okay? What?
With in Gulf.
Of course, but we're not giving them money. They're giving us money. That's the difference, right? Saudi Arabia.
So it's fine.
Well, hold on a second.
It's morally acceptable to take money from corrupt people.
Well, hold on. First of all, as far as morally acceptable, you do what's best.
That was a good question. That was such an obviously stupid retort.
To the benefit of your country. So, for example, we were allied with Russia during the Second World War, and I'm glad we were. And I would ask you,
don't forget,
how much money is too much money to send to Ukraine? We're at $200 billion right now.
What does that have to do? Why is he talking about Russia in World War II? We also had a whole Cold War with Russia after that. Is he forgetting that? Like, that like it didn't go World War II and then Iraq War and then fucking Russia, Ukraine. Why are we skipping over like 60, 70 years of history? Or not, I guess it'd be like 40, 50 years of history. Why are we doing this? Or are we trying to rewrite the whole Cold War as never having happened? Are we getting rid of Rocky IV?
I don't think you have to send any more money to Ukraine. We agree. I think you have to agree to support them as a free country and perhaps sell them weapons, like you're very happy to sell weapons to less free countries. And I think Europe will pick up the slack, as we ought to. And I don't disagree with some of the comments about Europe not looking after its own security.
You shouldn't. I don't think this man should make any concessions to Charlie Kirk because he's not looking for good faith concessions. This guy is a fucking demon. Would you make concessions to a demon if he was standing in front of you and he was trying to argue for why he should be able to eat the souls of your parents and sister? And the guy's like, oh, didn't your sister cheat on a math test? And I'm going to eat their souls and lock them into hell forever. And you're like, you do make a good point, Satan. I think she did actually cheat on it. Like, no, the fuck? No, you don't make concessions to demons? What the fuck? This is so stupid. Or he's not stupid. I don't mean to imply the professor's stupid.
I just don't get this approach, which was supposedly to end the war quickly, which now seems to be elongating it. And in doing so, it's throwing up a smokescreen of very variable facts, if they are facts at all, about how things occurred, which actually isn't helping things. And if people can't see that Putin is stalling, I
agree with you. I think he might be stalling.
And therefore, and I think even your president has acknowleded the fact that he thinks he might be stalling.
Correct. So we don't have a disagreement there.
No, we don't. No,
we just have a disagreement about the efficacy of tactics, and we don't know. And I'm willing to say we could be wrong.
No. Oh well.
Of course you could be wrong in life.
Like, he shouldn't say, I'm willing to say we could be wrong. He should say, I was wrong. Trump was wrong. Trump said he would end the conflict on day one. How many months in are we now? He hasn't ended it yet. So Trump was wrong. Clearly, he has no idea what's going on. We
could all be wrong. But actually bringing that war to an end consistently actually isn't going very well. And I would just suggest to you that whatever tactics have been used are perhaps not the best. And they are certainly inconsistent with what's going on in the Middle East and how America has been treating parties in the Middle East. But I've had enough of your time.
No, that's a fair contention. Thank you very much.
Very much indeed.
Thank you.
Holy fucking cringe. What odds are you giving Charlie that he's funded by Russia? I don't know. Probably low. It's a lot of
Germans just love a tit.
They love it.
I think there's a fascistic thing about Mutti, Milch, strength, giving.
Yeah, the
nurturing.
arse
The arse is not around. You know, it's
the
not,
Bunda, that is not.
Well, the Bundeswehr is the parliament, isn't it?
The Bundestag.
The big batty Bundeswehr.
The less white, the more it's about the arse.
This is a revelation.
Tits are fascist.
Are you saying
Bundas are
that it's a dog whistle question to ask you a tits or an arse?
Yeah, I do think
basically
so.
saying, are you left or right wing? Because I think the Germans aren't. They're not doing now. They're all arse.
Yeah.
The Berliners are all arse.
Yes,
that's
but
all they want.
they're trying to overcompensate.
Exactly.
They're trying to pretend because
Exactly.
they know if they got into the tits and the mother and the milk.
Exactly. Geile Titten.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. Hold on. We gotta watch this. We have to watch this because I don't think people realize how crazy this guy is.
Tell us your full name.
This guy is actually crazy.
Michael James Lindell. Well, good morning, Mr. Lindell. My name is Charlie Kane. We met for the first time
Who's paying you?
about 4 minutes ago.
Okay, go.
Is that right?
What's that?
Is that right?
Is what was the question?
We met for the first time.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start slow. Because the court reporter is trying to take down what you're saying, okay?
Don't sit and scold me already, mister. I'll do whatever I have to do. So I don't. You're just a lawyer. You're an ambulance chasing lawyer. So don't start with me. I got all day. I'll take as much time as you want. So let's go. You're not my boss. You're just a lawyer, frivolous lawyer. So go. Don't start scolding me.
Oh, I'm asking questions. I'm not going to scold you.
Go ahead.
So let me finish my question, okay?
Yes.
I tend to be a slow talker.
Hi, what's up?
Yeah, so I noticed that DC shooter, the crazy pro-palitard, in his manifesto, he was literally saying the exact same shit that Hassan and all these other dipshits. Who's that mustached loser who Ethan Klein's suing?
Noah Samson.
Yeah, no, Samson. He literally repeated their exact same lines in his manifesto that, oh, all these protests aren't enough. We have to stand up and have direct action against these genociders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Hassan was reacting to that whole DC shooter thing and was basically, without saying, the quiet part out loud, oh, based bro, he's actually standing up and doing something.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hope it probably won't do anything. I think all these campus protest losers are kind of just in a cult, but I hope people end up realizing that all of these people who are doing this pro-Palestine protest shit, they're all just part of a essentially Nazi cult. They just hate Jews. None of this was ever about helping Palestinians. They just want to hunt down and kill Jews.
Well, that's certainly a take. Jeez.
No, 100% of them. All of them just hate Jews. That's what it's always been about. That's what it will ever be about. And
I think for the lefties, I think it has more to do. I think for the lefties, it has more to do with being like anti-Western, and then Jews kind of fall into that. I don't think it's necessarily Jew hatred.
I think that's where some of that reasoning might start out, but it's just bizarre to me that if that's the case, why are they literally harassing Jews on college campuses? You literally have 17, 18-year-old kids just trying to get to class, and then because they're wearing that weird Jewish cap thing, they're all barricading them and saying, no, Jews aren't allowed here. If that was really the case, and this was just an anti-Western thing, why in the fuck are they singling out 18-year-old college kids who just happen to be Jewish? I understand that some of that weird lefty, nonsense about hating Israel, that some of it has to do with anti-capitalism and shit, but no, fundamentally, this is just anti-Jewish hatred. And if you're anti-Western, I mean, why aren't they just having gladiatorial battles where they just get all the white kids together and then they can just kill each other since they hate Western values and white people so much? I don't buy it. They just have some anti-Jewish bias inherently, and I think they're using some of that backwards reasoning, the anti-capitalist bullshit, to justify Jewish hatred. Okay. I mean, we can agree to disagree. But You're also looking very sharp lately. Your hair looks much better compared to the blue-haired days.
Thank you.
Don't ever dye your hair like that again.
I'll think about it.
Just made you look stupid. It was hard to watch you and take you seriously. You look very good now.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
All right, well, take care, dude.
I love you. Be careful. Okay.
Good for you.
I'm from Texas originally.
Good for you. I got all day. We'll make a week of this. How about that? Go ahead.
Probably up to your lawyer, but I'm happy to stay as long as you'd like.
Just keep going.
All right. Why'd you call me an ambulance chaser?
What?
Why did you call me an ambulance chaser?
Because you are. This is a frivolous case, and if you're representing this guy and you've read this case, you are a disgusting lawyer. Period. That's my right to say. You want to sue me too, Mr. Ambulance Chaser? Are you working on contingency or consignment with the guy? What are you? I can't believe anybody would take this. This is absolutely disgusting. It's a disgrace to our country. It's a disgrace to you.
Anything else?
No, that's it. You asked me a question. I answered it.
All right. I said objection, non-responsive. Let me explain a few more things to you.
What?
Let me explain a few more things to you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you given a deposition before like this?
I've given a ton of depositions.
Okay, so you understand the process somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Okay. When I ask you a question, you need to do your best to respond only to my question.
You're going to arrest me? I'll say whatever I want, and if we have extra, there's no rule that says I can't give a full answer. So I'm telling you the rules. Have you ever been in a deposition where they can't stand who you are? Have you?
A lot more than you, sir.
Okay, good. Keep going. Right. Don't tell me about my depositions. You're not my boss. You're just some frivolous lawyer in here, and you bring in this frivolous case to me, and especially against a company that had nothing to do with anything. Right. You're disgusting. Keep going.
I want you to understand another thing.
What's that?
This case is pending in federal court.
I don't
in Colorado.
care. What does that have to do with anything?
Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. There's a federal judge that's going to likely be reading and watching this deposition.
I don't care.
Do you understand that?
I don't care. She should have dismissed this a long time ago. Okay. She hasn't ruled on that. There's a problem. I got a problem with her too.
Okay. The judge has practice standards on how...
No, the judge did not dismiss this case. We put in to get it dismissed, and she ruled an unfair ruling saying, well, go ahead and do discovery and waste all your time while I'm sitting there not doing nothing. That's what that judge is doing. So don't tell me what the judge is doing, and you just let me worry about the judge reading this, okay?
I just want you to understand that.
No, you just don't worry about me. You're not out for my benefit, okay? He's out for my benefit, not you. So you can don't worry if I say something that offends the judge, okay? You just let me worry about that. You got that?
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good. Keep going.
The reason I bring that up, sir, is if the judge is not pleased with your conduct in this deposition, there may be...
Is he representing himself, or does he not have a fucking lawyer, I guess? Jesus.
Penalties associated.
Okay, good. You tell her. You go ahead. And you thank you for you're worrying about old Mike. You're really, that's great. It seems like you bring a frivolous case up. You really have my back. Go ahead. Keep going. That judge, you put this in the record, that judge, it's a big problem I got. If someone didn't have the money or time to sit through this garbage, when I put into her summary judgment last summer and she hasn't ruled on it, either say yay or nay. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to our country that she couldn't make a ruling. Go ahead and do deposition. If it was some guy that didn't have money, you would put them under just in this garbage. Wasting my day. Wasting my time. But think if it was someone on the street, don't you care about people? This is disgusting. This judge should have ruled a long time ago here, yay or nay, frivolous or not. But she didn't. She said, go ahead and do discovery while I sit and decide what I'm going to do. That's disgusting. I got no problem with you on that. I got a problem with the judge not making a ruling. So there. Now go ahead. Now that the judge has that on record, now you don't have to worry about what me and the judge think of each other. All right?
Objection, non-responsive. Here's another thing that I do.
Sorry. If the judge is waiting to do a summary judgment ruling, you're probably better off on her waiting, because if you rush them, they're probably more likely to say no than not, because you want to give parties time to do discovery, right? But okay, base.
I need you to know, Mr. Lindell, if the court determines that you're not being responsive or acting in good faith today, we may have to come back and do this some more. And I want you to understand that.
Oh, I got that.
All right. And if that's the case, I will be asking for...
He's being deposed. Why would your lawyer speak for you there? Well, you hope that your lawyer would at least like kind of tell you to calm down or something. I don't know.
Attorney's fees and costs for us to do it.
I'm already asking for...
The speaking lawyer mentioned his lawyer is there. I don't know why he's letting him cook, though.
I might just come after you guys for the most frivolous case ever when this is done. If there's a way to sue you, believe me, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Okay, just so you know that, beyond anything you've ever seen. So be prepared.
I'm committed to being polite and professional.
Okay,
today.
go ahead. We're getting through that. Now you know where I sit. Let's get on with it.
Okay. In other words, if Joe VP Box Guy says, you know what, Mr. Lindell, you shouldn't be out there talking about this and also selling this product at the same time. Maybe people could get confused.
What do you mean selling this product at the same time? I object to that dumb answer. What are you talking about? Well, I didn't go out there, melt down our machines and buy a pillow. I mean, what is wrong with you? Anything I do. That's the way, because I'm so branded. It's like, you're branded as a frivolous lawyer. Anything you do, well, you'll be branded as that, because that's all I know about you right now. So go. I mean, I don't know what you're saying. You're trying to associate that anything I say becomes part of my pillow. That's not true. Hope you get all that.
Not sure, Mike. Non-responsive.
No, but it's disgusting when you sit here. I'm branded as now election, not my pillow guy. It's the opposite.
Mike, we just got to slow it down.
I know, but it just pisses me off.
I understand. They understand.
So disgusting.
You don't remember my question, do you?
Yeah, the question is, do people know you as the my pillow guy, blah, blah, blah. I just gave my answer. No, they know me over here as this guy that's trying to save our country, but because of lawfare and dirty things that Eric Coomer did on that one day,
damn it.
That's when I called him out. I can't go on my stage. I can't. My company has been hurt so bad because of people like this Eric Coomer. So bad. This guy, in tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars.
You don't remember my question, do you?
Right there, page 36. Page 36.
Why'd you say earlier that plaintiffs redacted lawyers aren't real lawyers? In my case, because they're trying to file for a court order to ask me to pay them attorney costs for them to do a court order to get stuff removed from to enjoin the behavior or to compel behavior from a party that's not even involved in the case. It's just wacky.
Where I called you lawyers just as bad as him, I called you guys criminals.
You did? Yeah, using the company MyPillow to make that statement, right?
After the lawsuit, Mr. Twister, after I was sued, everything in here in your little lawsuit, other than that one little paragraph, everything I said came after he sued me. After Coomer served his papers.
We don't need to replow that, okay? I've heard you say that.
Well, then I'm just telling you. So that's what, using MyPillow. After,
guys.
And it's a joke. It's shoving it back in you guys' face, going, "Oh, you think MyPillow benefited from this? Give me a break." Talk to them employees that are trying to support their families. You guys are disgusting. What else you got?
He's like, "This is content, boy. This is going on my YouTube channel later."
Kind of a sad day for you, isn't it, to see how bad MyPillow's sitting, and you're trying to make it look like this was some grand thing to make money. It's just sad. It really is. It's sad. This is probably the most frivolous lawsuit in the history of the United States, and I mean that. It's shameful that judge did not dismiss this last summer when it was brought up for dismissal. Shameful.
You through?
What? No audio? Wait.
Up for dismissal. Rotten, horrible lawyers like you and the media saying, "Oh, Mike Lindell's trying to save this country just to make money." I have lost everything I've had so far. You got it? So don't sit here, because I'm not going to take this garbage you're spewing out. This is horrific what you're doing. I've said it from the start of this thing. It's disgusting. I've lost millions of dollars.
You can't bang on the table because you're...
That's what I did. Sorry, I apologize. Did it break the thing? It's disgusting. I can't believe that you're a lawyer.
For anyone who wants to know, being humble as fuck in front of a judge is always the best play. No shot. I'm sure the judge looked at this and probably thought, my God, this Mike Lindell guy is serious, and I have fucked up every single thing in this. In fact, this guy knows more than me about all of this, and I should just rule immediately in favor of every single thing he's asking. It's always the best to go hard as fuck. It's like fighting cops, Like, if I can just debate this cop well enough, he'll know that this arrest is unlawful, and he'll fuck off, right?
Lawyer, that you would do something like that. Don't you have a moral compass? I mean, this is bizarre. This whole thing is bizarre. That I did it to make money with promo codes? Really?
All right. Have you ever asked someone like your controller to give you a report like that just says, "Hey, I want to see war room. I want to see everything"?
Of course I have.
Okay, good.
Or I can do it myself. I can do it myself. Okay. I showed you on my phone. What's wrong with you? I just showed you all the promo codes.
Let's not get combative about it.
Well, no, I'm just telling you. You're asking me something. I just showed you how I can do it.
This data we've been talking about, is it the same data that you procured from Patrick Byrne?
I didn't purchase anything from Patrick Burns ever. I've never dealt with Patrick Burns on anything, purchasing any data. What are you talking about? And where did this come from? Now you're starting to be stupid. Now you're really asking some questions. And where did you even get that I purchased any data from Patrick Burns? This is the most out left field thing I ever heard. What did you want me to say? Oh, no, I didn't purchase it. I never purchased anything or got anything from Patrick Byrne ever.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm not asking about the lumpy pillow calls.
No, they're not lumpy pillows. That's not what they call on. Okay? That when you say lumpy pillows, now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole, is what you are. No, he's an asshole. He's an ambulance chasing asshole. That's what you are. Lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book.
What is that insult, ambulance chasing? What does that mean? Is it like you're chasing an ambulance so that you can help the person sue whoever hurt them or how they got hurt? Is that like the insult or?
No, they answer anything, any problem customer that wants to reach Mike Lindell. Those are the ones. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. They send them to here and they go, or they call about, maybe they didn't get their pillow on.
What's the lawsuit, this deposition? I think this is from the Dominion stuff. Eric Coomer, I think, was he worked something security related to Dominion, I think. And I think he sued him, I think, for defamation. I think this is separate from the actual Dominion defamation case, which I think they also have a case against him.
On time because of the FedEx or whatever. But we'll cover them even though it could be somebody else's fault. Nobody called because of a lumpy pillow. But good one though.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
What I'm saying.
Obviously, you don't have a my pillow too. You don't, do you?
What I'm saying is, Mr. Lindell.
Asshole. Well, go ahead. No, I'm pissed.
I understand.
Yeah, go. When you're saying what?
Do you need to take a break?
No, I don't need to take a break.
All right. Here's what I'm asking.
Your
you,
lumpy pillow question kind of set a nerve. Because obviously, just like your question in here, Mike's in your little complaint, Mike's frivolous cyber symposium, this whole case is frivolous. You should be ashamed of yourself. But go ahead. Finish your question on this and try not to talk about, get personal and badmouth my employees or my pillows or anything like that. Go ahead.
I haven't said a single word about your employees, and I don't own one of your
You've
pillows.
attacked them. You attacked them. You were part of this. You're getting paid on consignment. You get paid if they get money from my employees. Yes, you have attacked them. You personally did this with Newsmax. You, and I called it right out, the criminal lawyers and Coomer, when you guys did this to me.
Thank you.
And now you got your answer. You already knew the answer. You just was hoping there was more, I think. It sucks that you're not going to get all this money, huh? And do you feel it's slipping away because you're all wrong and you realize you shouldn't have done this?
I'm not sure you understand how you're perceived.
I don't care how you think I'm perceived. Let me tell you how you're perceived. You are perceived as an ambulance. You're the reason what's wrong with this country with lawyers. You're disgraceful, is what you are. I read some of the crap in here that you wrote in your brief. It's disgusting. The lies in here. One of them says, after Mike was with Donald Trump in 2017 at a manufacturer's summit, he started doing promo codes on Fox. I was doing it 10 years prior. This is a big lie. You're a lying lawyer.
I had come prepared yesterday, and the record will just reflect what happened yesterday. I don't need to characterize it. But I had come prepared to show you a series of video clips, many of which you referenced interviews at CNN during the symposium, discussions on Bannon's podcast, referencing Eric Coomer. We didn't go through your discovery responses because of how yesterday went, a number of emails that I wasn't able to show you, and I am going to be asking and reserving the right to ask the court to order you to be redeposed on additional issues with additional time. And I will be seeking
And I'm going to seek taking you to court because of what you've done to my employees. Everything you've said comes after you sued me. Everything I said. You're an evil, evil man. There, that's on the record. Very evil. What you've done to my employees, everything that you were going to say comes after you sued me. Everything I said. And I stand by what I said. You're an ambulance chasing lawyer, evil person. Damn. You and your Eric Coomer buddy. So you will be sued. Don't worry. And you will be sued big because I won't back down.
All right. Anything else?
I got better things to do with my life. We're trying to save a country here, not you guys ambulance chasing lawyers trying to get money off people that had nothing to do with it. My employees, if I sat here and they sat here and looked at you guys, they'd say, how could people do this? How could anybody do this to anybody? And that's, and did I say, and you wonder why I said that? And I apologize for calling your friend a scumbag. But I'm so upset what you did, not to me, but to my employees. What you did to my employees. Why would you do that? But I think what you did is horrible. We've done nothing. And you guys, and then you wonder why I sit here. How do you guys sleep at night? You obviously don't have a my pillow. That's a fact. I mean, I just can't fathom, and that's why I'm so upset. When you know how mad I was when I came in here yesterday?
Plugging his product in the deposition.
You're right. I should have read this, but I've got other things going on in my life that are a lot more important than these frivolous lawsuits. And it's the most important thing to our country ever, to my children.
What's the context here? I'm pretty sure he and a bunch of other people were all working together. I think he worked with that Tina Peters person as well. They were just part of the people that were all spreading lies about the election. They were lying about Dominion voting systems. They were engaged in defamatory behavior about other people. They were part of the big lie, which was Trump and everybody lying that the 2020 election was rigged and that 2024 was going to be rigged.
Grandchildren, everything. That's where I'm at. So we can keep going. We'll waste an afternoon. Yes, do I think you guys and them are a traitor to our country by what you did to my pillow? Yes. We are made in America. You guys are bizarre. What does this have to do with me? I didn't badmouth Eric Coomer. Maybe, I don't care if Newsmax did or whatever they did to him. That's their business. That's your business with Eric Coomer. I mean, what they've done to me and what they've done to our country, absolutely. I stand by that. You guys served me papers. You went against my pillow, served my pillow and me papers in a lawsuit. You are part of a criminal crime family as far as I'm concerned. That could be the dumbest question of the week. Do I think they played a role? Of course they did. And not only sue me for billions here, now you got to double down and do it some more. But I guess you all lawyers, the amateur lawyers, you all need a piece of the pie. I get that. That's nice.
It's your belief that Mr. Kane and myself are criminals as well?
What you did is criminal. And not your criminals, but what you've done is criminal. What you're doing here today is criminal.
Wow.
Absolutely criminal. You're taking money you don't deserve. You're trying to attack people that have done nothing to you. And you're wasting my time with a frivolous lawsuit because some judge didn't look at this last summer and get rid of it and say, are you kidding me? You can't sue this guy for this because you went and attacked his company and got him so he can't go on TV. I never talked about Eric Coomer in my life until you did that to Newsmax. And then you served me papers. Everything I said after you served me papers, I stand by it. Coomer's got to be part of it, and you guys...
Does the defense have to testify in a civil case, or can they refuse like in a criminal case? You can always refuse. You don't even have to go to court if you don't want to. But in a civil case, it can be used against you. In a criminal case, it can't be.
Are just as criminal what you did to me. Period. That's it.
It's the criminal crime family you're describing here that Mr. Kane and I you believe are part of. Who else is in that family?
I don't know. Maybe you brought it. I don't know. Haven't checked into that. Maybe that's why you sued me, so you don't, who knows? I don't know. I said, what are they? Criminal crime family? That's what they do. When it's all tied together, you have the cover up. You got Jenna Griswold there. I put the image up for the world to see. Nobody says anything about it. Nobody talks about it. You sue and attack. When you attack somebody, a company that's never done anything to you, that's criminal. You too, it's criminal, guys. I can't get around it. What you did is terrible. It's evil. It's terrible.
You have to testify. A judge could hold you in contempt in your own case for a civil case. I don't think you have to. I guess if there's like a discovery request or something, but can't you, like, if somebody serves you with papers or tries to sue you in civil court, couldn't you theoretically just ignore everything and eventually they'll just have undisputed motions or unopposed motions, and then you'll just go to court and they'll read off their whole thing, and then either the judge or the jury will decide, okay, well, I guess this guy, you can either enter a default judgment, or I don't even know if they would go to trial. I think you would just get a default judgment against the person if they never responded, no? If you just ignore everything?
Well, it's wrong. And that's it. There's things in my life that are a lot more important than frivolous lawsuits. The only one, and I'm not blaming you for the frivolous other than when you put it up, because it should have been done 9 months ago. The judge should have looked at this and said, I'm sorry, guys, this is...
Why is his lawyer letting him go off like this? I mean, like, you can advise your client. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I don't think you're allowed to, coach your client on how to answer questions in a deposition. Like, you can tell him like what he's allowed to do or what he's not allowed to do, but you're not able to say you should say this or you should answer this way, I believe. So if your client is just unhinged and he wants to start screaming and being wacky and crazy, I mean, there's not much. If that's what he wants to do, I mean, I think that's I think that's just what he's going to do, right?
Bizarre. Goodbye. And dumped it. And the judge didn't do that. And that's disgusting that she did not dump this.
I got one of the best sales guys in the world, but unfortunately he's been trying to save his country while they're attacking his company. Mike, it is of utmost importance, a paramount interest, that people like Rudy Giuliani and Mike Lindell are not destroyed in this process, because this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy anybody that steps up in this movement, whether it's Ken Paxton, Texas, Mike Lindell in Minnesota, Rudy Giuliani in New York. I don't care if you're a lawyer, attorney general, you're an entrepreneur, you're in their gun sights. And they're maniacally focused on destroying you. But this employee-owned company is punching back, sir. Tell me about it.
You can 100% coach. Can you? I thought you weren't allowed. I thought you weren't supposed to ever coach, like, tell your client how to answer questions.
Well, Steve, I had to jump into a room here. I'm in the middle of a deposition for a big attack on my pillow right now. And it's disgusting, these lawsuits against an employee-owned company that my employees, they've done.
How could you prove that someone is coached if you have attorney-client privilege? I mean, you can't. There's no way to prove it, right? Unless somehow evidence of this or somebody admits it or something.
Nothing,
right?
and there's just citizens that make USA products. It's disgusting. And this is right in our 20-year anniversary, so.
I mean, you could tell your client to be polite. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. When I say you can't coach, what I mean is you can't I don't believe you can tell your client how to answer. Like you can't tell them, or I'm sorry, you can't tell them what to answer. You can say like, make sure that you're polite. If somebody asks you a question and you're not sure, don't guess. Just say you don't know, or to the best of your knowledge, or whatever. But like, you can't say like, remember, if he asks you about how you feel about your mom, remember to say, remember to say that you loved your mom, and remember to don't bring up anything about when you hit her or anything like that. Right? I don't think you can be like, you can't get into like specific details or whatever. You can get. I think you can give them advice on how. I feel like we should just Google this instead of me guessing, but I don't think you're allowed to tell somebody like this is how you're supposed to answer the or this is what you're supposed to say. But you can like give them general guidelines on like don't be speculative or stuff like that, I believe.
So we've got two things going on. I do want to thank you again, your audience, Steve, the War Room audience, War Room Posse. Go to
Or sure, you can coach behavior, sure.
So I'm in the deposition, I'm asking the witness questions, and he's giving me answers, and they're really helpful for me. So he has to take a break. I'm a benevolent dictator, so I say, sure, if you gotta go to the bathroom, take a break. So after he comes back after a pretty extended break, he says,
I misstated something, I'm sorry, here's what the answer really is.
And I'm sitting there going, this is weird after a longest poop break I've ever heard of. Like, what just happened? So I say, hey, did you talk to your lawyer during the break? He goes, yeah. What did you guys talk about? And the lawyer objects and says attorney-client privilege. No, my friend. I pull out the standing order, and the standing order says witnesses and lawyers are not allowed to talk about questions or answers during a break. And if they do, the other lawyer gets to ask the other lawyer, me here, what the heck did you guys talk about? There is no attorney-client protection. And I spent no, my friend. What did you guys talk about? And the lawyer objects and says attorney-client privilege. Break I've ever heard of. Like, what just happened? So I say, hey, did you talk to your lawyer during the break? He goes, yeah. What did you guys talk about? And the lawyer objects and says attorney-client privilege.
I don't know the answer truly, but I would be surprised if the fact that he came back from a break and wanted to change an answer gives you the right to pierce the veil on this and start asking about what you spoke with your attorney about. That would be surprising to me. I feel like you would need way more evidence of that. But I could be wrong. But
No, my. And if I pull out the standing order, and the standing order says witnesses and lawyers are not allowed to talk about questions or answers during a break. And if they do, the other lawyer gets to ask the other lawyer, me here, what the heck did you guys talk about? There is no attorney-client protection. And I spent the next 30 minutes hearing all about their conversation, how the lawyer says, I don't think you answered that correctly. Let's research it. Oh, go back in there and say you researched it and change your answer. This all came out.
I could be wrong. I don't know all the super rules of deposition. Maybe you can.
In a federal court case.
I don't know. Jesse calls his parents. Based alert. It was a standing order from the judge for that court, not something that applies broadly. Okay.
I am definitely lower middle class and cannot afford a pool. So when a lot of people see us enjoying our pool, they ask, how did you afford that? You don't make no money. And it's the truth. We don't make no money. So I'm here to teach everybody how you can put a 60 by 30 in-ground pool with no money. Ethically, a lot of y'all aren't going to agree with this, but it's the truth of it. After we seen the way our finances were dramatically inflated this year, we decided we didn't care no more. We used to keep up with everything. We used to keep up with our credit score, our bank account, make sure everything was real adult and responsible like. But at some point you come to the conclusion that if they don't care about you, why do you care about them? So what we did is we financed this pool around $60,000. And then we decided we ain't paying it. What are you going to do about it? Do they call us every day? Yeah, I tell them. It's right here. Come get it. What are you waiting for? I am definitely...
Okay. Why did you make a streamable of a guy reacting to the TikTok instead of just like the actual TikTok or the reel itself? Is somebody going to make a streamable or an Instagram reel of me reacting to the guy reacting to this and not adding anything? You fucking vultures. That's what you guys are. All right. My other monitors are here. My extra arm is coming from my desk tomorrow. Oh my God, those pixel lights came. I ordered them. Fuck yes. I'm so hyped for these. Asterisk, Shrek, Bridge Troll, Pool, Hulk, Sphinx, Catch, Grinch, Green Guys, Riddler, Elphaba, Obelisk, Strings, Capital Condition, Mad Hatter, and Maul. Fuck, not Green Guys. Or is this guy a green guy? Oh wait, the Riddler, he wears green, doesn't he? The Hulk's not a bad guy though. Neither is Shrek. But that's okay. They're just green guys. Fuck! Fuck, and it's went away. Okay, wait. Green. Shrek, he's a green guy. The Hulk is green. The Grinch is green. I thought the Riddler was like a green question mark thing. The Mad Hatter. Does he wear green shit? I don't think so. Does he? I don't remember. Fuck. This isn't going to be right. And it's not even one off. Okay. Okay, Shrek, Hulk, Riddler, Grinch. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. There's an asterisk, okay? There's a catch. There's strings attached, and there's a condition. Okay, we got that. Let's get that out of the way real quick. Okay. All right, okay. Elphaba. What the fuck is that? I don't know. An obelisk. Capital. Pool. Mad Hatter. Mall. Are these like mythical creatures? An obelisk is just like a big thing, right? No, there's no. I don't even know, dude. I'm just wasting. I have no idea. I'm fucked. It's all over. I feel like there's some stupid fucking monument in DC that has this stupid shit. What am I thinking? Like the Lincoln Memorial or something? There's some giant stupid thing with like a fucking pool and like the DC Mall or some cringe shit. And like the Capitol. This is a thing, isn't it? I don't know what the fuck this is. I've seen pictures of it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is or what it's for. Just get me out of here. Oh my God. It's a national mall. I have no idea what this is. This just came from the recesses of my mind because I'm destined to beat this connections game. I'm so fucking ingenious. Oh my fucking God. I have no idea what this is. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. We got it. Okay. The Riddler. Elphaba. I don't know what the fuck this is. Hulk, Bridge Troll, Sphinx, Shrek, Mad Hatter, Grinch. Okay. I don't remember what the Mad Hatter's from. Is it from the Alice in Wonderland? The Mad Hatter? Is he the crazy, wacky dude? And then Shrek? I don't know. Like I feel like fairy tale shit or something. The Sphinx, the Riddler, the Hulk, and the Grinch. These don't go together. I'm never guessing this. Hold on.
Oh my God, I just got it. Hold on. I know what it is. I know what the category is. I know what the category is. I know what the category is. It's like people that like, you have to do like a quiz to get across it. I think, did the Mad Hatter ask her some retarded question? I bet he did. And then you have to do some stupid shit to get by a bridge troll. The Sphinx always asks some retarded fucking question. The Riddler doesn't ask you questions though, does he? No, he's just like some dumbass bad guy with green. I bet this guy, Alphaba, I bet he asks you questions. Shrek doesn't, the Hulk doesn't, the Grinch doesn't. Come on, please, Lord Jesus, deliver me. Fuck! Just kidding, never mind. Famous riddle givers. God damn it, it was the Riddler. Does the Riddler actually give riddles? I feel like I don't... Listen, it wasn't in the Christian Bale Batman. How am I supposed to know anything about the Riddler? How am I supposed to know anything about him? How am I supposed to know about him when he wasn't in the Batman trilogy? Okay? Come on. Hold on. Who's in disagreements? One person join disagreements right now and I'll win this, okay? And I can prove myself right now. One person join, and I'm gonna show you how correct I am. Ready? Okay, the last Lombax. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ready? You have to answer this within 3 seconds so you're not cheating. Ready?
Okay.
What's one riddle that the Riddler asked the Batman ever?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, exactly. Get him out of here. That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Get the fuck out of here. That's it. That's it. Do bridge trolls, do they give riddles? They don't even give riddles. Don't you just have to like fucking run around him or kill him or go in there sleeping? The Mad Hatter, the Riddler, and the Sphinx. Characters with green skin. Who is Alphaba? The fuck is this thing? What? That's the Wicked Witch? Okay. The Riddler has question marks all over his costume? Yeah, because nobody knows what the fuck he does. They're like, what are you doing? You're cringe. And so he puts question marks everywhere. Oh shit, okay. Wait, fuck it. Fuck it. It's time for another generational run. Let's go. It's time. It's fucking time. I know this place. I know exactly where we are. I know exactly where this is. I have no fucking idea where this is. Caribbean, American, U.S. Airways, okay. Saint Martin. Is that the name of the airport, or is that whatever stupid small Caribbean bullshit ass country this is? Sonetsu. The Slander Club, seriously? Oh. Oh my god. Jesus. Is it gonna be one of these stupid fucking islands? Oh my god. Fuck, my brain is exploding. My brain is exploding. Okay, airplane. They take off this way. They fly right over, because he's going over the island. So they're looking towards the airport from... They're in Cole Bay. They're in Cole Bay. Wait, are they? Hold on. Or are they looking the other way? From over here. Oh, no, they're up here. Because that's the hotel right there they're looking at. They're right here, looking... Or they're back here. Wait.
something like that. And then, oh, wait, I can put it on geography mode, right? Oh god, I see chat going like crazy. That means something bad is happening. I've got the magic eye right now, not you guys, so I don't have to be worried. No, wait, the road is to their right and the plane is flying from the left. Hold on. I don't care. It's something like this. Fuck it. Okay, hold on. I've got the magic eye. I've got the magic eye right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. That car, that's an old ass car, but it's a weird Caribbean island bullshit. Oh, that's a Airbus 348. Oh my god. You know what? Hold on. I just decided I want the perfect 10K. I do want the perfect 10K. So give me a minute. Give me a micro moment while I go ahead and I secure the perfect 10K here while I triangulate their positions. Okay, we're looking straight ahead. This airplane is in takeoff mode. I can tell. Actually, I can't tell. He's got his landing gear down. Maybe he's landing, actually. Are these flap things being down? Does that mean he's landing? Oh shit, hold on, wait. He might be landing. Which would mean he's coming in from the... Would you land from the ocean side? I have no idea. I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about airports. Oh, he absolutely is coming in right here and he's landing. Oh, they're looking at Maho Bay. And they're at the Sunset fucking beach bar. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me 1 second because I'm gonna go ahead and get the perfect 10K guess here. I will be getting the perfect 10K guess here. And look at that white car right there. That's this white car right there. That's the exact fucking car. You know what? We're standing right the fuck here. We're right here. We're right here. In 2012, thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Good handwriting. Go ahead and 10K me up. 10. Give me that 10K. That's what I want. We're on a generational run. Okay? Okay. We're on a generational run. Let's fucking go. Forsikring. Looks Swedish. Okay. Could be any Scandinavian bullshit. KO. I hope that's not a country because KO. Kosovo or whatever? Maybe? Don't they have like some weird ass language too? SKO. Oh no. Oh no. No. It's a big ass fire too. So it's probably some boring historical bullshit. God damn it. No. And the resolution sucks. Okay, back out. Think. What do we got? What are we looking at? What's the vibe? How are we vibing here? Solomon. That's it. The run is dead. Never mind. No more generational run. Salg. I have no idea. Would Kosovo even fucking existed when this picture? I have no idea. If this is black and white, I don't know. It's over. I'm never guessing this. It's never happening. God damn it. Fuck this place. Brune. AS. CI. Peterson. Bullshit. Forsikring. Solomon. Imagine though. Like, what if it means Finland something? Dude, I'm never getting it. I know Finland's not Scandinavian. I don't know. I'm never guessing. It's never happening. I'm never, ever guessing any of this. I'm never guessing this. I'm never, ever, ever guessing this. Arundel. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't even know. Isn't it? I'm never guessing this. I hate this game. My run is dead. 62. Fuck it. Oh, wait. No. These strikes. 70. 1970. Fuck it. Fuck me. Fucking fuck me. You know what? That could have been worse. Norway. Destiny, 100 gifted subs. Thank you. In Kick Chat. Wait, who gifted it to me? Fuck, I'm supposed to leave like 10 minutes ago. I have to leave. Oh my god, it's a place. Colosseum, Rome. I don't know what that was called. 1980, fuck me. 84, boom, boom. Okay, we take that. Next. Oh, Penn's Tar. Oh. Crazy. It's like Polish, but not quite. Something Eastern Europe, I'm sure. Hungary. Out here near Poland. 50s, 40s? Show me a car somewhere. Oh my god, I should know this. The Big Shield. The Big Shield, but there's no color. The Big Shield. The Big Shield. Croatia? Or Slovenia? 13 years off, yikes. Hungary? Did Hungary have the Big Shield flag? Hungary flag. No, what? Maybe that was just, maybe it's like an embassy? Okay, give me a good 8K. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick 8K here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick Texas state cap. I actually don't know the capital of Texas. It's not, is it some stupid city no one's ever heard of before? Or is it like Dallas or Houston? Like in Florida, the capital is Tallahassee. I don't even know I don't know what that city is. I'm not even fully convinced it's a real place. Texas state capital. Maybe there's a city named state capital. Wouldn't that be sick? No. Fuck you. I mean, Dallas sounds like that's the airport, right? Fuck it. Travis, okay. Oh, and that car, classic. This is a classic Camaro 62. Good American muscle. I have no fucking idea. We take that. Okay, you know what? Not quite a generational run, but you know what? All considered, we take that. 39K? It said optical, not capital. Who asked, bitch? All right, I love you. I'll be back. No, I won't. I don't know why I said that. There's like a 3% chance I'll stream later, okay? Be careful, don't die.